Good afternoon. Welcome to a little tutorial on how to use Google Meets. I've had a couple people ask me, do I use Zoom? Do I use Meet? I want to have a virtual meeting with my kids. Use Meet. Meet is basically a tool built into Google Apps. That means I have an audit trail on the back end. It gives some more features than Zoom does. None of us have a professional account for Zoom. Therefore, we don't have the ability to record. We don't have an audit trail. I can't tell who was in, when they were in, and that kind of information. So how do I use Meet? You're going to go ahead and make sure that you are in Google Chrome, that you're in Google Chrome logged into your district account. Once you are in, open up a new tab and go to meet.google.com. Very simple way to go ahead and set up a Meet this way. It's going to allow you, notice that I have one right here. That's because I had an appointment set up. I was helping someone in a different district. Normally you won't have these in here. It'll just say join or start a meet. If I click join or start a meet, I can put in a nickname. If I give out that nickname, that means anyone who comes in here and types it in is going to be able to join this meet by this nickname, but only if they are in our domain. So this is a protection tool. It allows us to limit it to just our domain as long as I'm sending it out this way. So I'm going to go ahead and say continue, and then it's going to pop up a screen that says, hey, we're getting ready to join. Notice that I am not in there yet, and no one else is here. I want to talk about a couple of things first. Number one, this is where you mute your microphone. Just press that. Probably can't hear me. Well, you can because I'm recording on Screencast, but you can't hear it on the Meet itself. And I can turn off the camera. Once the camera is off and I'm in the meeting, the people won't see my face. Instead, they'll see my beautiful school picture from about 8 years ago. Great picture. You're all looking forward to that. Come over here to what I call the kebab or the vertical ellipse, the three dots on the bottom right. Click on there and there are some settings. Number one, we can turn on caption. This is closed captioning. I'll show it once we're in there. How it works. Works really well for your hearing impaired. I do recommend using that if you have hearing impaired students. If you don't worry about it. Settings. Make sure that with a microphone, use your internal microphone. It's a nice tool to have built into the Mac. It's going to give you fine enough sound quality. If you do have an external mic and you want to use it, you are welcome to. You can go ahead and click that. It shows you all the different mics that you will have connected in there. Sometimes I do use an external USB mic. Speakers. I recommend that you listen in to a Meet and act in a Meet with earphones in. I like earbuds. They fit in there nice. They don't cover my head. You can use other tools like a headphone, like this one, that would then have also have the microphone built in. Some people like these, some people don't. I call them gamer headsets. They're very nice. You don't get the feedback, and you do get a little better audio quality. Video. You're probably going to use your FaceTime camera. All of your Macs have a built-in camera. Going to use that one. Your kids, it'll be the same thing. It'll default to the camera on the Chromebook. Standard definition, keep it there unless you know that all of your kids have high-quality video coming out. I'm going to switch this to 720 just so the video that I'm recording here is better quality. Normally 360 is fine. I just want you to be able to see all of this. It's beautiful, and you shouldn't miss out. Once you've got all your settings and ready to go ahead and hit join now. One other option before you join is people can use the phone for audio. If they don't have speakers or something's wrong with their system and they don't know what else to do, you can join by phone. If I hit this, it's going to give a phone number people can call. They can call in, participate in the meeting. Don't have to have a computer. They can connect in via a phone call. So I'm going to hit join now. Again, it's going to give me this kind of information. If I email this out, EGCSD-test-03, or I put it in Classroom to all of my kids, and when they go to join and type this in, they're going to get in fine. If I go ahead and copy the join information and I email that out, that is the long name. Now this one is not restricted. It's the same Meet, but it doesn't restrict it to the domain. But anyone who tries to come in from outside the domain, they're going to get, and I'm going to show you when I add myself in on another computer, they're going to have to be let in by you. So I can add people in that way, or I can email that out to them. I'm going to add myself in, my personal email. It's set up on this computer over here. I'm going to go ahead and send that invite to them, and then they'll be able to add in. So far, we've got all this set up. We're ready to go. The meeting is live. Nobody's in here yet, and I'm going to show you what happened. Now, up top, right now, there's one person in. You can see by that number 1 up here. There is a comment section, so you can have a chat over here. A chat log is saved. A transcript of it is saved in your drive, so you will get that also. Basically all the chat that went on. So even if kids are side chatting, you'll have that with them. As I go back in here, I can add people in. If they determine someone isn't in and I want to remind them, I can do that. If I click back on the screen itself, it takes that away. If I go back down here, once people are in, I'm going to go ahead and click on the invite from that I sent to my personal account. Once I get to that account, and I'm going to join. So I'm joining from externally, and once I click join on this camera, you're going to see the side view of my face. I apologize, it ain't pretty. There it is. So Lance came in, didn't ask. I don't know why I didn't ask to join. I'll have to look into that. Sorry. So Lance was able to join. You're seeing my external camera, or this is the personal Gmail connection, and what the personal Gmail connection is seeing is this right here. They're seeing my face here, and they're saying, hi, you look great. I know I don't look great. Okay. So things that I can do, now that I'm in the meeting itself and there's people in here, if I hit the ellipse, the kebab, whatever you want to call it, number one, I can record the meeting. You can record the meeting and then say it'll come to your desktop. Actually, it'll come to your Google Drive in a folder called Google Meets. And you go in there, it'll show all the Meet recordings. You can then email that out, and the kids can watch after the fact. So it can be asynchronous. It doesn't have to all be here at the same time. Not a bad idea to do that. Layout, what I can do is, right now it's on auto, meaning anyone who is talking is going to be on the screen. Spotlight is the person who's talking is going to hear what's going on. I'm going to listen to make sure I'm not getting feedback. Okay. There we go. Probably getting a little feedback on that one. Sorry. I forgot to mute the mic on my personal. Okay, so back here to layouts. We can do a sidebar, which should show everybody on one side. I don't know why it's not working right now, but it would show a list of all the attendees, and the one who is talking would be in the main window, probably because I only have one in here. But again, you can look through. But what's really nice is that's going to limit the numbers. I pushed out an extension, this one right here. It's called the grid view. And if I click that, then everyone who is in the Google Meet is going to show up inside this window. And that's going to provide view of I've had up to, I think I've had 50. And they just tile across here like people seem to like in Zoom. So I can do all of that. Now, what I also want to show you, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my camera here, is captioning. So once I turn captioning on, what should happen is it's going to take a little time to catch up, but then down at the bottom, you don't see it in grid view, but if you go to individual view, it's going to show you that I can auto-translate what I'm saying to text at the bottom of the screen, which is very good, again, if you have students who are hard of hearing. Now, as the Meet is recording, also know that it is only going to record the active window. So if I was talking, or if I was talking over here, what the record is going to be is this active window and the captioning down here. So I can turn captioning off right here at the bottom, and I'm back to my normal screen. I'm back to me. All I'm doing is choosing the different things. So again, I can mute. You won't be able to hear me. I can turn off the video. You just see my wonderful picture. The last thing we want to do is we want to make sure that you are the last one to leave the Meet. You want to make sure that you are not letting kids hang out in there after you are gone. So they'll go ahead and I'll quit, and I'll drop out of there, and away they go. I did forget to show you this, and I apologize. Now we're going backwards. Present now. I can actually present my screen also. So if I pick a window, I can choose a window, I can share it, and then what happens is everybody out there is going to see whatever window I selected. So if it happens to be my email, they're going to see that. Whatever window it is, once I'm done, I hit this quit sharing, stop sharing, and it comes back to this video. So that's about it. Again, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and I'll talk to you later.